Hey you guys, this is a 10-minute unrated game against Tanvir 12358, who's rated 1142, and this is the Polish opening. I have never seen this before, as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure someone's played it against me. It just looks very funky. So I've played e5, and so this pawn is hanging, but then so is this one. So it would seem natural to develop my knight here, but then what about b5? That would be a problem. Okay, so I want to defend this pawn, and I don't want to use my bishop to do it, because my bishop, I want to keep my bishop eyeing up that pawn. So is d6 a thought now? No, because that blocks off my bishop. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, how about then, let's bring the queen out. Yeah, that pins the pawn on the queen. This will be an interesting one to analyse, eh? Okay, I really don't want to move Freddie. Don't move Freddie. Leave Freddie alone. Should have t-shirts printed up saying leave Freddie alone. Okay, I'm baffled. Okay, I'm going to use the queen. I'm going to put the queen here. 1 minute 17. I took over that one move. Okay, so he's defended his pawn, but this is not a great developing move. It doesn't help his development in any way whatsoever. Okay, now, there's no reason not to play d5, eh? Grab some central space. I might play d4 at some point. Okay, he's attacking my queen. Yeah, that was always an issue, isn't it? Oh, and a second attacker on there. Goodness gracious, I didn't think of that, did I? Curse you, Tanvir. What an interesting thing. Okay, I'm going to put the queen here. Now he can take with a bishop actually, and also the fork c7. This is curious. So I made a mistake there with this move. I should have defended the pawn, yeah, exactly. Right, now let's come over here, defend this at least. This is a tricksy opening, eh? The Polish. So knight c6 obviously kicks the bishop. This is now protected. I'm a pawn down, and I'm down on time. Okay, and he's attacking my queen. Queen here. Could run into c4, but I don't think. He has to move both of these to get a discovered attack. See, look, he's got a development lead and he's a pawn up already. This is not as crazy as it looked. Oh, bugger you! Right, okay. Okay, I have to develop. I'm now 2 pawns down. Bishop here. Just block off the open file, defend this pawn. Right, I want to get this stuff out, I want all this junk out, and okay. Right, let's go on the offensive. Okay, so knight there, I think. At least it's defended on that square by the pawn, eh? So attack the bishop. It's a good bishop, yeah. Of course he wants to retreat. Okay, let's bring this bishop out to here. Maybe knight here and castles. Okay, what's the point of that move? It is unclear. Now I've actually got the development lead because he's moved his stuff around. Okay. I'm going to tempt him to capture my knight. He's up 2 pawns, so he might well do it. And it doubles my pawns, but then I'm going to castle this way, get an open file there. He's not bitten. Okay. Push. Nope. Okay, I'm just going to castle. Now this is more deadly, so okay, but he missed it. Okay, knight here. I've now got 1, 2, 3 pieces looking at this key square. Alright, now I'd like to pin this pawn here. Really, really interesting situation. Okay, so I'm down 2 pawns, and those are the pawns. I've got no c pawn, no e pawn. What I do have is a development lead. Okay, he's got quite a secure structure here, so Harry might have to be involved to target this pawn. I think I'm going to drop my queen back. I want to kind of maybe centralize my rooks, maybe arrange my queen and my bishop here, then come after this pawn and take out the knight. You've got to have an attacking idea. Okay, so this is my attacking idea. Okay, 2 attackers on there, 2 defenders. Now he's just fiddling with pawns. Probably not the best idea. Okay, it's potential discovery on this knight, but it's defended by the bishop. If this knight moves, this knight is a key piece. So I'm going to bring my queen here. Might put my bishop in here. And he's moved it. Okay, I'm not worried here. Not really worried about losing the bishop either. This is not too bad. If he takes the bishop, I can recapture with a pawn or a rook. Rook. Potential swing. What did we say? If that knight moves, it's a potential thing. And I totally missed it. What a numpty. Okay, now you've pissed me off. But he's playing alright. He's playing well for 1140. Definitely. Okay, that's undefended. Let's defend it with a rook. Tanvir, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. David Banner. Okay, I've got knight. This knight isn't doing much here, so I'm going to move it here. So another defender of the pawn. This bishop has got its finger up its arse. It's doing nothing at all. Okay, he's trying to break stuff open. If pawn takes, he's got discovered attack against the queen, so I'm going to remove the pawn myself. Queen should be fairly safe there. Okay, and now it's operation get rid of this pawn. So, the question is how? I'm expecting this pawn to move at some point and unleash this bishop. Might even stick my knight there just to annoy him. But, so if I can eliminate that pawn, how about, what have I lost? Oh, I've lost another bloody pawn. Okay, I can't take there because he can take with the F pawn, yeah? That doesn't work. Okay, go on, Harry. The entire army is depending on you, my son. There, he shouldn't take because he gets mated. Okay, so if I get to play this, and I take and he takes back with F, I'd like to be able to capture there. But he's doing a good job here, mate. What a tricky opening. Right. Can't take. I'm not worried about rook here because I can take with a knight. He's +6 now. Oh, get out of it. there. Bishop's the only defender of that. He hasn't got that, that's okay. He's a tricky customer. Okay, I might want to swing my knight in. This is what we call a sharp position. There are threats on both sides. You can't move the bishop to attack the queen, because I could take bishop or knight then. So it's one of those like dangerous games. It's like playing chicken. But I like his style. So I'm threatening to take here. He's having a jolly good think. He's got 6 minutes left. He's absolutely dismantling me. The rook's the only defender of that. Bishop's the only defender of that. This is always a good thing to do on your opponent's time. Rook there. Right, I'm not going to think too hard. I'm just going to take the pawn. It's time to bust some moves. This. If he takes back with the f-pawn, that looks quite interesting, because then this pawn's undefended, and from there I'm attacking the bishop, who's got a job to do defending that. So his bishop's going to have to go here or here. I've even got maybe possibilities of... Oh, he's taken with a knight. Okay, now. Sack the exchange. I take here. I'm going to sack the exchange. I mean, the thing is, when you get to this point, you can't sit back. When you're down in material, there's no point going for a grinding finish, because the player with the extra material is going to win. So I think he's going to capture, yeah, he's going to capture with that. Now, I could sack my bishop. Could I? What have I got? I ain't got much. This has been a solid dismantling. And these paired rooks are annoying, so I think I've got to use my my knight and my rook somehow. This bishop's okay for now. What can my knight do? Knight, let's think. He needs a way in. He can't go there to attack us. Two defenders as well, but then I lose my bishop, so no good. Okay, so knight's got to come here, I think, but I don't know what happens next. I'm looking forward to analysing this now and to say, okay, what should you do against this Polish opening? Because it's certainly very left field. Okay, he wants to trade off, does he? How about this? Threaten that bishop. Bishop can't go there, can only go there. It's a good idea to get a major piece behind enemy lines. He's got queen here as well, that's a thought. I'm very much down on time. Okay, there we go, queen there, okay. Now I can just threaten to repeat, but... And this always should be a thought, you know, if you're in a losing position, think about how you can win by, well, not win, but save the game with a draw by repetition, is a thought. Okay, what's he going to do? Bishop retreats, I get this pawn. This pawn's then undefended. So it's just different types of pressure that you can apply. Well, knight here attacking the queen. If the rook should ever move there or there, put itself in danger. It's a possible fork. He's down to 4 minutes, and so he's got 4 minutes to finish me off. Now he's attacking my rook. Okay. You bastard. Okay. Just move the rook. And now I don't have that. Potential of... The queen's now on a dark square, it's worth noting. Can't move those, got queen here to move back. The knight's currently a bit stuck. Knight can go there, defended by the rook. Maybe not a bad idea. Still attacking the bishop. If the bishop moves, I get the pawn. There, rook takes. I've got knight here. He's got to take the free rook. The knight here. Oh, then I lose my bishop, but he loses his bishop. Ooh, dangerous times. He should beat me, but I don't know how. I'm liking his use of his time as well. He's not rushing these moves. Okay. I have a check. He can't block, he has to move away. I have a bishop lined up here, and I'm down to my last minute. Okay, should I just grab the... No, there's no point grabbing the bishop, I don't think. It's not doing any harm. My knight's pinned, which is annoying. Okay, I'm going to lose my bishop, aren't I? Let's just trade it off. Probably queen takes. Desperate. Queen's the only defender of the other bishop. That's safe, attacks the rook. That attacks the rook and that pawn, but that pawn's defended currently. Okay, he's threatening to go in with a queen. So let's throw in a check. Pre-move the recapture. Oh no, I can't. I can't recapture. It's pinned. I'm dead. Yeah, well played, sir. Well played indeed. I'll tell you what, I'm glad that was unrated. Was unrated, wasn't it? Okay, quick review. Really, really fascinated by this opening. Might even have to give it a go. 2 mistakes by my opponent, 5 mistakes, no blunders from me. But let's focus on the opening phase, okay? Book move, book, mistake. I mean, throwing out the queen. He says I should have taken the pawn. And then black is slightly better. Curious. Okay, right, that's one for the memory banks. I mean, the rest of the game, obviously it was a 10-minute game, and you know, I was flummoxed already from the opening. But yeah, this is not a bad position. Okay, so take the pawn, give this one up. Because I think with this, you see, rather than bringing out the queen, which became a target, and then obviously I just missed that move. Adding a second attacker, yeah. Capturing the pawn made a lot more sense because I'm developing a piece in the opening, right? And it's not a queen. You know, developing the queen in the opening is especially that far out on the board, where it's right in the line of fire of a knight. I mean, come on, need to remember that, you know. Yeah, this develops a piece. Yes, we lose a piece, but then we actually have a development lead from this point. Also threatening maybe this, castles, get the rook onto the open e-file, use the open e-file, right? It's not that much of a weakness. Losing the e-pawn, you know, it's just a case of, it's an imbalance in the game. It's not necessarily a weakness. It's just an imbalance. You can try and tip in your favour. Use the fact that you have low e-pawn, right? So castle quickly, get your rook onto e8, and off you go. Okay, so interesting lesson there. I may have to look into the Polish opening a little further, see if there are any nice tricks and lines in there. But you'll have to work hard to get the prize de Vienna out of my cold dead fingers, but we shall see. There's also a threat here against d2 as well, which would be very interesting. Okay, so there you go, guys. Very good game from Tanbeer12358. Well done, my friend. And good luck to you with the Polish. Hope it's been interesting for you guys as well. Thanks for watching. See you later.